There you go. Everyone good? Everyone ready? I've got my stuff sorted out now eventually.
Yeah, I think we're fine. I don't think Eckard's gonna join.
Okay. Unfortunate, but okay, let's see what we can do. Side. Okay. Done. Okay. So when we left you guys off, it was the night of the festival. Everyone had kind of gone off to worship. Let's call it worship. You did have kind of a meeting with everyone, and you did all your stuff. Move my stuff around. You decided that Gnorbash should take up Shell's offer to go and take part in the ceremony. You also had to investigate the church and then go and have a look around, see if you can find anything on the church. And then after that, you were going to still decide what needed to be done. There was still one thing to kind of to follow Gnorbash and another one to try and sneak around and meet them on the other side. You decide what you do. You did find that this in the church itself, there's nothing really far out of the ordinary. Silas and Oryn decided to go and dump their stuff back in the inn. What I'm going to ask you, please, is for Oryn to please roll me make it a fortitude check for yourself and for Silas.
I was gonna go put down my stuff, and then I got high.
Well, okay. And one for Silas as well, please. Whoops. Okay. Which was which? Is the second one for Silas?
Yes, the second one is for Silas.
Okay. You're just defending Silas, admit it. Just in case. Just in case you're defending. It's fine. Don't worry.
Like any good mother would.
Okay. Point taken. Point taken. But you don't really worry about that. You both made it. There's nothing wrong with Silence. You're feeling a little bit lightheaded, but other than that, nothing hectic. So it didn't really affect you too much because you were inside the hotel where it was, or the inn, sorry, where there was quite a strong smell, or quite a strong, 296. A saturation. Let's call it a strong saturation of the smell of the burning flay leaf. So it left you feeling a little bit lightheaded, but not too hectic. You're still able to function pretty well. So there's nothing for you to worry about that. And as you're kind of all, do you head back to the group, or I mean, you were still kind of heading towards the group when when Gnorbash would have kind of left or met up with Shell? What is your plan to do?
Yes, I did want to head back with the group. So I'm not sure what would be more beneficial or what side they're coming from.
Well, they're all inside the church at the moment.
Yeah, still. So they're not making their way that way.
They haven't done anything yet.
Okay.
So at the moment, they haven't done anything as yet.
Okay, well, if I remember correctly, they were finished at the church. They're on their way now to go spy.
Well, that's what we were still kind of getting. Are they? where are they? Where are they going to spy? How are they going to spy? That we're still kind of working on.
Yeah.
Um,
Okay,
what
well, if
what are your
they are,
plans as a group? Are you going to follow them? What are you planning to do?
okay, well, I'll suggest then if they are busy at the church, I'll join them back at the church again. But if they are going to head maybe this way, I would assume to the to where Gnorbash is, I'll head along the other outskirt here so that we can at least get 2 angles.
Okay, so what are your plans, group?
So the plan to spy on them was technically with Akari spider. So
That's
even
why I
if
was
we
asking.
follow,
And you,
keep really close by to hear them because Akari would hear what they're saying.
so that's kind of what I'm saying. You want to follow them, but at a distance, or do you want to go around the other way, across the other bridge? So, in other words, were you guys planning to go this way after them, or were you planning to go this way to try and meet up wherever they're going?
I don't think we know exactly where they're going, do we?
Well, you wouldn't, but you'd be able to get kind of clues, I would assume, um, from what you can hear from your spider. That's
Yeah,
what
I
I was
think
kind of.
we'd probably follow them at a bit of a distance because we don't know exactly where they're going. And if we go the other way around, we might be too far to get to them.
Can me as the rogue, I have stealth. Can I follow them a little bit closer and knowing that the spider is letting Akari know what's happening, then the spider doesn't have, you can't hear what they're saying from the spider. You can. Oh, okay, okay. Well, I can, I've got stealth, so I can sneak up behind them, but I don't think Alpha and Evara are the stealthiest people in our group.
Well, that's up to you. You can certainly try if you'd like. Well, everyone has stealth, just some people have more stealth than others.
It would probably, you have a good point there, because the thing is that if I don't know what my self is, but let's say you and I go a little bit closer than the rest of the group, as long as we can stay out of sight. Yes, the spider can see and hear for Akari, but it can't really do much if there's like an attack or if anything threatens Gnorbash. So at least it's extra protection closer than what the rest of the group would be.
Okay, you've got 7 stealth.
Mine's
All right.
11. Yeah. Lilith is 11.
No, I'm just saying. Oryn is 7. Alpha is 0. Evara is
Four.
7 as well.
And Akari as well. And then
And
just
Akari as well. So you're all pretty stealthy, aside from Alpha. And Gnorbash, I suppose. I didn't look up Gnorbash's because he doesn't need to stealth. He's right there.
What is pass without trace?
It means you don't leave any footsteps or anything behind you. So when you go through, it's usually through the woods or through some kind of nature thing. You don't leave any. If it was like a swamp, you wouldn't leave any footprints in the mud and anything like that. You wouldn't leave any marks that you'd been there.
Oh, okay.
That's a good thing, not necessarily in this situation, but that is a good thing to have. But let me switch back to here. Okay, so you're kind of heading towards the team this way. And they're about to be heading, they are facing away from you. Gnorbash and Shell are going to be heading up this way. Well, they're heading kind of that way. Let's rather put it that way. That way. You're heading back towards the group here, and they're, I suppose, kind of heading out. They want to head out a little bit behind. Right now, they're a little bit close. But they start wandering off. You can hear, there we go, Shell chatting away. As they're kind of walking, she links her arm around Gnorbash's arm and then cuddles up to him, kind of cuddling up under his shoulder. And you can hear her kind of talking in a low voice to him. Even with a spider, it's difficult to hear what she's saying. But she seems to be kind of, the general gist of the thing is that she's so excited and it's such an honor, and she's so privileged to be with him that he can be the one that can lead her into leading the ceremony for the continued fertility of until the next festival of the lands of the town. Kind of whispering sweet nothings in his ear, and that's even why, even with a spider, it's but difficult to even hear that because she's talking really, really softly. But it generally seems to be like kind of the chat you're kind of getting would be the best advice who's kind of like a young schoolgirl on her first serious date would be what she's kind of whispering, and really seems giddy and really excited. She's wearing the same clothes she wore, the white dress, flowers in her. She's dressed exactly the same as she was when she won the pageant, when she was crowned. And Gnorbash just kind of like, and kind of looks back over his shoulder nervously, but just keeps walking like,
Kind of like you when we go shopping.
Okay, so would you like to start following? Now, Lillith wants to go first. Do you want to try moving up closer than anyone else?
Well, if the group thinks it's worth me sort of being their third wheel hidden in the shadows, I can do that. Otherwise, I'll stick with the rest of the group.
You guys can decide. It's entirely up to you. It is kind of getting a little bit dark. It's still the sun still has set, but the moon is still pretty bright. It's not really that dark. You can still kind of see around you. It hasn't gotten that dark just yet. You know, it's around 6, 6:30, 6:45 at night. So as there's kind of still wandering up, her just like sighing as she lays it against his shoulder, standing up on her tiptoes because he's a little bit tall. What do you want to do? And shall I go through the group? Let's start at the beginning this time. Akari.
So Akari's gonna stay back and kind of just listen to what they're saying, and she'll probably move through the standing stones. It'll be easier to blend in with them.
Okay, so
just walking between buildings.
Okay, so you don't want to go this way. You want to head this way.
Correct.
So I've kind of put you in the right area.
Yes.
Okay, cool. You're trying to be stealthy. Please make a stealth roll.
Am I trying to be stealthy?
I don't know. You tell me.
Well, they seem pretty preoccupied, so she's just gonna be walking up.
Okay, cool. So she's not gonna. No, that's fine. So you're just walking. You're not trying to be stealthy. You're not trying to.
She's not gonna make it seem awkward like she's trying to spy on them, even though she is.
Okay, cool. So you're just gonna kind of make as if you're just wandering around, just quietly.
If you want me to roll performance to make her act like she's high, I'll do that as well.
No, not necessarily. I'm just kind of trying to figure out what you're doing to take it from there.
So she's just gonna walk to the standing stones. No stealth.
Okay, no, that's fine. Okay, cool. That's fine. You're gonna walk towards the standing stones. Okay. Lillith.
Isn't A before L alpha?
Okay, we're gonna go alpha. Okay, sorry, I was skipping between. I was gonna skip between them, but okay. Alpha.
Alpha has no stealth, so Alpha's gonna follow as far back as he can.
I was gonna kind of maybe stay here for now until they're kind of out of sight.
Pretty much.
We'll just move a little bit forward. Okay.
If Akari notices that Alpha stays back, she knows that the queen wanted to, or the winner of the festival wanted Alpha first. So she's gonna like pull Alpha along, like almost as if, see, you should have listened to me, then you might have had Alpha instead of Gnorbash. So see, it works. That they are just walking to the standing stones.
Alpha. So you're going to kind of join along, or you're just going to kind of stand where you were.
I'll join along.
Okay. Um, okay. Evara.
Evara would probably stick around with Lillith and Oryn.
Okay, so they're kind of here now.
Seeing as the team is splitting up, Evara has better hearing than most.
Okay. Cool. And again, Gnorbash, which I skipped, but again, that's because Gnorbash is kind of here just like feeling a little bit not so keen, but doing what he needs to do for the team, which takes me to Lillith. You
Okay, I'm gonna try and be stealthy. Myself, Evara, and Oryn seems like we'll be leading the charge. So yes, moving a little bit closer to the building so that if they veer to the left,
there.
yeah, if they move to the left, we can go between the buildings. Akari and them are going up to the standing stones. So we'll do like a pronged approach, if that makes sense.
Okay, can I ask you if you're trying to be stealthy, you and Evara, to make stealth rolls if you're trying to be stealthy?
Okay, cool. I'll roll first.
Cool. Okay.
I did not. No one.
Okay. And then Evara. Right. Oh, there we go. Okay.
We have naughty dice.
Okay. And then Oryn.
Also a stealth roll.
No, what do you want to do before even you? What do you want to do?
Oh,
You're kind of
I
standing between the two groups now.
yeah,
One walking like nonchalant, like la la la,
yeah.
and the
I'm
other
a
one
little
like
bit worried
speaking to the
about
shadows.
Silas. I'm a little bit worried about Silas. He does have 6 stealth, I mean, which is better than Alpha, but
Yeah.
I don't know if maybe him and I should hang back a little bit then with the rest of them.
Okay. Cool. And they keep wandering off, and you notice that Shell kind of looks behind her, and then she kind of looks very suspiciously at Gnorbash and says, "What are your friends doing?" Looking at Alpha and Akari. And okay, give me a second. Okay, hold on. Let me quickly check. Gnorbash. Who?
Who did you critically fail with? What was that one that you rolled?
That you don't need to worry about.
And now I
It
am.
wasn't you guys. Okay. Gnorbash will kind of just mutters, and his voice kind of feels like, "Don't worry about them. They're doing their own thing. They won't be bothering us. They're just trying to find their own way to Dreamland." And she's kind of just like giggles and kind of says, "Okay, as long as they're not going to disturb us." And he kind of goes, "Well, I assure you, no one will be disturbing us." And they kind of keep wandering off. They're almost at what I'm going to kind of call the crossroads. Do you want to continue your where you were going? I'm going to start off with the one group. I'm going to start off with the kind of the person in the lead, Lillith.
Yeah.
Where do you want to go? How do you want to do this?
Let me just grab a pointer here. I'd like to sort of go this way.
Okay, cool. So
Like that.
you're kind of heading here.
Stay stealthy. Yeah. Even a little bit further forward, maybe. Sorry, I'm just moving, changing it to my hand. I don't know how far I can move. Yeah.
Well, you'd,
I-
you'd probably be around. No, I don't think you wouldn't be able to move that far.
Okay, okay.
So
But
it'll
yes,
probably be around here as they're kind of heading there.
and Evara will follow me.
Okay, Evara will follow,
Yeah.
and the rest of you will be heading up this way. And with that,
Yep. Towards the standing stones.
yeah,
Not
walking kind of through the buildings, or do you want to walk around on the road where they're going? So in other words, you're going this way, or you want to go this way? You want to make it a bit more obvious that you're just supposedly wandering, or do you want to go between the buildings to get to the standing stones like that way?
I think Akari is going to make the call that they're going to follow the same road because it's going to be less suspicious if she sees them than walking between the buildings.
Okay, so in other words, you'd be kind of here.
Yep. So it doesn't look as suspicious as them
Go-
sneaking.
that- Do you see why I'm asking? Okay, and that leaves Lillith.
Oryn.
I mean, Oryn. Sorry, Oryn. I was actually thinking I should probably ask Alpha first. Alpha, what would you like to do?
Alpha will probably continue just to follow behind
Okay,
Akari.
just like nonchalantly, like la 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 la. Okay, now, sorry, Oryn, what would you and Silas like to do? Which group are you joining, or are you kind of going to head off on your own through this way?
Oryn will
Or completely break
join.
with the rules and go around this way? Whoops.
I
Could
think
go this
Oryn
way.
will probably follow Alpha and Akari.
Okay, so you're going to, for Pete's sake, I'm trying to get this map to work, so you're going to kind of head that way as well. Okay, and
So seeing the sheer amount of followers with Alpha, yeah, Akari's gonna like try and see if the queen is like, okay, maybe she understands now why Alpha declined. Like he already has 3 other people.
oh my word. Like, really?
I
Did not
mean,
expect you to
that's
go
the
there.
story.
Oh, they're going to keep on
Imagine
heading.
Alpha downtown with 3 pretty girls and a pumpkin.
Alpha the celibate stud. Just not really gelling, is it?
Alpha is a man of God, I'll let you know.
So they just continue walking again. You see her kind of look back again, but she just kind of shrugs it off and keeps going. Gnorbash is kind of starting to sweat at the moment. But he also just keeps walking, and again she takes her head off his shoulder and just keeps walking and kind of giggling and just saying, well, she can't wait for this experience. It's going to be so great. And she really hopes she can live up to what is expected of her and that there will be continued prosperity for the next 4 months, 3 to 4 months. And kind of starts asking Gnorbash, what is he like? Where is he from? And he just kind of like mumbles some kind of something, which is not quite sure what it is because he's not quite sure what to do. And she just kind of giggles and takes it. Again, she's like a little giggly schoolgirl on her first date, so she just kind of takes it and lets it go. Now, let's stay with the first group this time. Akari.
Just to make it as little awkward as possible, she's just gonna continue with Alpha, not doing anything that might make Alpha draw his sword.
And drop.
Alpha.
Just keep following behind.
Okay, I'm going to stay with that group. Lillith. Oryn.
I think Oryn will probably follow as well. To make it a little bit less suspicious, she'll probably stop with Silas, point at the buildings, just be
Okay.
also very nonchalant.
Like, hey, look at this. Look at that. Look at that.
Yeah.
And Silas will kind of look at you very suspiciously and be like, "What are we doing, Lady Oryn?"
Oryn will probably also explain and just say, we're on a very top secret mission, but we must just play it cool, like we're just sightseeing.
He's going to kind of jump up and down and clap his hands like, "Ooh, like Ranger spies." His eyes will really start glowing brightly.
Yes, exactly. Like Ranger spies. But like a good spy, we have to be quiet and make sure that we don't blow our cover.
And suddenly like stand like dead still, arms at his sides, say, "Sorry, I didn't mean to make a noise. I'll be better, I promise."
She's gonna just giggle and say, no. Don't need to apologize for anything. You're doing a fantastic job so far. And then she'll give him like a little salute.
Like stand at attention and salute back and say, "Yes, sir, madam, sir." And Lillith.
Okay, I think we'll stick. Well, we're gonna have to try and
There or there?
Yeah.
Which way are you going?
to the left, to the left, to the left,
Okay, and these could be
left
changed to my
of
hand.
that building.
So around this way.
Yes.
Okay, I'll even give you guys a little bit closer.
Yeah, I see how the other group is going. They've passed us twice now.
They're walking in a straight line. You guys are kind of dodging, trying to keep to the shadows. And they'll just keep on walking. Anything anyone wants to do. I mean, this is just like, I'm not going to stop you every time. Like, la, 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 walking. They always keep walking, chatting, doing their thing.
Well, that's terrible.
Yeah, that's just made my stomach drop into my feet.
Okay, I'm going to start the other way around this time. Lillith, and again, I'll let you move further. Because again, this is a bit more time has passed. What do you want to do?
Has she even said to Gnorbash where she's taking him? I know she wants
No.
to.
She's
Bless.
just leading along the path.
Okay, well, along the garden path, but she wants to go bless the fields. But which fields?
Well, you're gonna have to wait to find out.
Well, we'll follow a little bit behind the group.
Go ahead and put yourself where you want to be, and I'll tell you if you can make it. If you could have made it there or not.
Okay, let me. Well, now obviously it's darker already because they were meeting at about 7ish, right?
Let's call it 6:45. So it's getting darker. It's still the moon's still pretty bright. You can kind of see. It's not that dark yet.
Yeah, well, okay, then we'll move a little closer to the festival grounds.
Okay.
Not like we're heading back to the festival grounds for some grub or something.
Okay. Please make a stealth roll, both of you.
That was for Lillith, and the dog
Okay.
is really not kind to me.
Okay, thank you. Akari, Alpha, Oryn, what did your group like to do?
Probably follow behind them, and then as soon as they can, that it doesn't seem like they're walking through the bushes or whatever, head towards the standing stones.
So heading kind of that way.
Correct.
Okay, as they get to the bridge, her head like snaps around behind her. She gets a very concerned look on her face, and then she runs across the bridge and says, "I'll race you across the bridge," and then runs across the bridge and keeps running in this general direction. Okay, let me start again. Lillith, Evara, what is your move?
Well, those little green things, are they just shrubs, ne?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that, is it a wall around the fairgrounds or just
Yes,
like
it is. It's a
thicket?
wall. It's a full-on actual wall.
Okay, so if we stay within the shadows of that,
Yeah.
Laura and myself,
You could probably even get to there.
okay, cool. I'll take it.
Okay, and the rest of you at the standing stones, please make a perception roll.
Okie dokie.
And oh no, you can't.
Oh, jeez, like.
Okay. Okay. No, not okay. That was for Akari, correct?
Akari, yes.
Okay, cool. Thank you. Nice, Alpha. Okay. Oryn doesn't really notice anything, but Alpha and Akari notice movement and kind of bustling noises coming from this general area as well as kind of this general area. And even a little bit from up here, you're kind of, it sounds like people trying to move very stealthily, and a slight buzzing noise, and people trying to move stealthily, like kind of trying to tiptoe without waking anyone.
Alpha will probably try and turn his back so that his back's facing where the sound is coming from.
It's coming from 3 different sides, so which particular?
So it's from this side, and where's the third one?
Just across the water.
Across the water.
So somewhere more kind of this side here, more kind of over here. This one seems to be quite far away. These two seem to be closer.
Okay, Alpha will then probably face the group then to try and turn his back to this one and this one.
Okay.
And then try and get everyone's
Try
attention.
and face this direction here.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Not
moving really, just kind of turning to face that way.
Yes. And then try and get everyone's attention. And then say, seems like we're not the only one, or he'll say try and say very, very softly, seems like we're not the only ones trying to follow.
Guys, remember I'm rolling for Gnorbash as well. Just saying, before you get all paranoid, I'm rolling for myself and Shell and Gnorbash as well. That was Norbash's perception roll, in case you're wondering. Just so you don't get too paranoid.
So with Akari and her summon also noticing that, she's gonna walk closer to Alpha and just say play along, and then they're gonna stand close to Alpha, like seeming quite close or intimate, but they're gonna watch the other two directions that Alpha is looking away from.
The
So
kind of
each of-
one on each arm kind of thing.
Yeah, so each of them
Okay,
is
one can one,
a
yeah.
certain direction where they heard the noise
Yeah.
from.
So one can look that way and the other one can look that way.
Correct.
Cool, cool. Okay, while we're stuck with that group, Oryn,
Oryn is firstly going to cover Silas's eyes.
okay.
He doesn't have to bear witness to that. um, she's also going to. I'm just trying to see.
Okay, as you bend down to cover his eye, he kind of whispers, I don't know if I should be scared or excited.
Be afraid. Be very afraid. I cast detect magic?
Of course you can. You cast detect magic and you kind of send it out, your feelers every way. You feel in the far off, very far off. Actually going to show you, you might need to zoom out the map to be able to see where I'm showing now. In this general area, you notice a very faint call of magic. And again, over here in the Chenowitz place, you do notice where you noticed it previously, there is a faint magic as well. The magic that comes from here seems to be moving in that direction.
Oh dear. But there's nothing coming from the sounds that are close to us.
No, 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 no. It all seems to be very far away.
Okay.
Does that group want to do anything else before I move on to the other group?
I don't think so from my side.
I think
Anyone
we're
else?
just trying to
Hmm?
like observe the different areas the sound
Did-
came from.
Sorry, say it again. I couldn't hear you.
We're just gonna observe the different areas that the sounds came from.
Okay.
Alpha, do you want to do something else?
No.
Just stand there really uncomfortably,
Yep.
blushing. Lillith and Evara.
Can they do perception as well to hear the noises?
Yeah, they can. I wanted to first check what they were doing before they made their rolls.
And it's on hearing, correct?
It would be hearing. You can, no, it could be on anything. No, it could be on anything, but you can add the bonus for hearing. It's not necessarily on hearing only, but you could add the bonus for hearing, yes.
It's Evara's roll.
Okay. Okay, wow, nice rolls. There we go, that's that done. So you notice the sounds as well. You do notice, both of you, that the sounds, although they seem to be from people kind of trying to be What the hell's going on here? There's something weird just happened, but okay. Even though it seems to be trying to be from people being stealthy. There doesn't seem to be any. It's not as if they're trying to sneak up on you. They do seem to be they're just trying to not make a noise. More than they're trying to sneak up on you. There just seems to be a bunch of people who seem to be a bunch of things. I don't want to say people. Seem to be sneaking around when everyone else is sleeping. Who knows? There's some kind of funky, maybe swinger party or something going on. No one knows. With other people being asleep. But you do notice as well that the buzzing seems to be coming from this direction rather than the other two directions.
But they're moving the same direction as the couple, or as the group.
Everyone seems yes. This is moving in that direction. This is moving in that direction. The ones this side seem to be getting fainter, as if they're heading upwards. But yes, they all do seem to be converging, except for the ones on the opposite side of the river. The other ones seem to be converging on where you are, yes. Lillith and Evara.
Okay, trying to stay with our stealthy approach, can we make it there, Evara and me?
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll kind of stick to the shadows along the wall, go wit, and then there. And try and stay in the shadows, because obviously we don't know if these are friends or foe. And the Shenowitz place where we were in the morning was not the most user-friendly place to be in.
Well, it seems to be between Kriegel Manor and the Shenowitz place seems to be where these things are going to, somewhere around in that general direction.
I stick with my first comment.
Okay. And Gnorbash just kind of lets out a weird laugh and then kind of runs across the bridge towards her. As he kind of gets there, she's standing over here. She drops off her gown, and you can see she's naked underneath, and she runs this way and says, "Catch me if you can." Which Gnorbash will kind of follow her, looking back at you guys with kind of a, what do I do now look? And obviously, I'm not going to put it there. Her robe that she was wearing had fallen to the ground. She's obviously wearing nothing. You can kind of see the silhouette of her in the moonlight as she kind of runs away, kind of giggling. I'm going to switch to the other group first this time. Lilith and Evara, what would you like to do?
Okay, I am still trying to be stealthy. Has Gnorbash cleared the bridge yet?
End of the bridge. He's about to step onto the path.
And those little green ballies there don't really mean anything. That's like little shrubs. We can't
Yes.
really hide behind that.
Those would be shrubs, yes.
Okay, then I think I'll probably wait for the other team to come past us so that we can use them as a stealth, so we can be stealthy behind them, if that makes sense, so that we're still not visible.
Okay. So you just like to kind of stay where you are. Please roll again. Perception rolls for both of you. And in this case, yeah, no, you can go ahead and use the hearing thing for Evara as well.
Okay, that's Lilith.
Okay. That's Evara.
That's
Okay,
Evara.
cool, cool, cool. As you're watching, you notice three There we go. 3 people. Well, yeah, it is people. You can see there are people. They're kind of hanging. They're not really looking your way. They don't even seem to really be paying attention. They kind of seem to be kind of whispering to themselves. They seem quite excited. And they seem to be. They're covered in like really grayish, really tattered robes, which seem to be kind of sewn together very roughly. We can see they seem to be bandaged around their arms and their hands, wearing boots, the normal clothes. They seem to be carrying a scythe in their one hand, all of them. It's got a faint bluish tint to it, and they're all wearing, which seems to be attached on one of the 3. It seems to be actually literally attached to their robe. They're wearing masks made of gourds with a long nose, and eyes are kind of blocked out with kind of like antenna, kind of mosquito-looking heads over their heads, and they're kind of heading in this general direction. They don't really seem to have noticed what's going on just yet. Wrong one. Okay. Yeah, so I'm just kind of sizing them correctly. There we go. And Jenny, they haven't really seemed to have noticed you just yet. They do seem to be just moving along. Like I said, they do seem to be kind of excited, but they seem to be heading in this general direction. No one's noticed you. They haven't seen anything yet. They really seem unconcerned. Do you want to change what you were doing, or?
Evara's gonna hold her turn, so she's not gonna do anything right now yet.
Okay.
Until she sees what the other team, the rest of the group does.
Okay.
There's no way for us to communicate with Akari and them right now other than shouting at them, which will pretty much give away where we are, right?
Not that I know of. They are kind of looking this way. You could kind of, it's a bit dark there. You could kind of try sign language, but whether they'd be able to see what you're doing would be a little bit difficult. It is a little bit, I mean, it's not dark, but it's also not bright daylight. So it would be a little bit difficult to sending that fine.
Okay, so Alpha is looking our way, but he doesn't have dark vision.
Bingo.
The summon and them are gone.
Yeah.
And I don't have what's his name stuck in my head, so that's not gonna help.
Well, even if you had Gregor stuck in your head, what good is Gregor going to do?
He's not here, exactly.
Yeah, what good is that? It's kind of my point. What good is that going to do? You can tell him all the information. He's going to be like, huh? What?
I have low light vision.
Yeah.
So I
So
mean that should probably help.
Yeah. So
Okay, so can I wave my arms and try and get someone's attention over there? And if they're looking at me, just try and let them understand that I'll show them 3 on my fingers, and then like a little using my fingers on my hand, people walking, and then put my hand in front of my lips to say, try and be quiet.
Okay. I'm going to skip right now to Oryn. Make a perception check, please. To see if you do see what she's doing. You can see what she's doing. Now, I'll allow it. Please make a wisdom. So just roll a die 20.
Just straight up die 20.
Straight up die 20.
Okie dokie.
Okay. You understand what she's trying to communicate to you. You do get that what she's trying to say, that there are three somethings walking towards you. Be quiet.
Oryn is gonna relay that information with the rest of the group.
Okay, rest of the group and Oryn, what would you like to do? You guys hear noises as remember coming from this side as well. And the side noise from this side, but they seem to be heading away from you, where everyone else seems to be heading towards you.
We couldn't possibly like hide behind the altar or something, could we?
You could try hiding around the standing stones and the altar. I mean, the kids were there. It's going to be a bit. It was easier for the kids to hide. It's going to be a little bit difficult for you guys to hide there, but it's not impossible. It is entirely possible. You would need to make a stealth check to check how well you hide. And for like Alpha and the armor, it's going to be a lot more difficult than the rest of you. It's going to be really easy for Silas with him being smaller as well.
I think at least let Oryn go and hide, because Alpha and like Akari, they kind of have a bit of a cover already.
Okay.
You know, they've got a story, but it's a little bit suspicious that, you know,
You're a
me
peeping
and
Tom.
Silas would be, yeah, basically.
Where about do you want to be?
I think I don't know how tall these
These are kind of
things
trees.
are.
Oh no. Those are kind of more like benches. You'd have to kind of kneel down or lie down to kind of disappear
And
behind them.
these
The stones over here would be better, but they're a lot thinner. Those would be trees and shrubs.
Well, let me hide in there then.
Okay, so kind of there-ish.
Yeah, for me and Silas.
Okay,
And I must do a stealth roll for both of us.
to check how well you hide, please. Well, no, roll for you. I'll let you and Silas share a roll. He is smaller, so he would get an extra plus to the roll. Okay, thank you. Okay, cool. The others?
So with the information relayed to them, the summon is going to try and pivot to see the three figures as well. And Akari is going to keep watching the other direction where the other noises came from.
So,
Just trying to keep up with the act.
so Akari, okay, let me get, Akari's going to switch to looking in this direction. Am I correct? And the
Towards
summon's
where-
going to start looking in that direction, or the other way around.
Yeah, you have it the correct.
So Corey's going to try and look over Alpha's shoulder, kind of speak, try and look in kind of this direction, and opposite version for this direction.
Correct.
Okay, cool. Anything else?
They're kind of just waiting to see what else is coming.
Okay,
What else
Alpha.
will this do?
Would Alpha be able to see the three guys walking? Yeah.
Not really.
Okay.
It would be a bit out of his sight range at the moment with not having dark sight, and it is getting darker.
Alpha will probably then just stay as is.
Okay. As you all stand there, you guys all.
With
Go
Alpha
ahead.
just staying as he is, Akari is going to take his hand and put it onto the hilt of his sword. Like, we need to be ready.
Alpha doesn't need a sword.
Point taken. That's not an invalid point. Okay. While you guys are sitting there, you kind of notice coming kind of around this building, also a group of 3, accompanied by two Sturges coming kind of around this way, also kind of chatting to each other, walking along the side of the river. Kind of maybe one of the Sturges is kind of flying over the river, kind of also just chatting to each other, seem quite excited, talking very low tones, wearing the same grayish robes, The robes look a little bit dirty, and the same masks with the rounded head and the long needle-like nose and the two like sticks antenna. Also kind of heading this way. Again, they're not really looking at you, not really paying attention. They just seem to be kind of heading in that general direction. She keeps running, and Gnorbash will kind of run after her. Again, kind of keep looking back at you guys like, what should I do now? He does pick up her dress as he goes past and kind of puts it over his arm and continues running after her, completely oblivious to what seems to be going on around here. Let's start with Alpha's group. As these people kind of move closer, sorry, these maps are getting very difficult to move on. For some reason, they keep moving the entire map instead of just the people. And they're still completely oblivious, and they just keep wandering along the side of the river, chatting. The sturges kind of just buzzing around them. And they don't even seem to notice anything at all. These ones here. Also just seem to keep wandering around along the road. Still kind of chatting to each other. No one's kind of even noticed what's going on. But they do seem to be, the closer they get to the bridge, the more excited they seem to get. Which group wants to go? Oh, let's start with the one that's not in Oryn. You can go first.
I think for now, Oryn will just stay where she is, just making sure that, you know, nothing bad is going to happen with the rest of the group. So she'll wait for now. Silas as well.
Okay. Alpha, your group. Start with Alpha this time. What do you want to do?
The ones walking by the river.
Yeah.
Will they be close enough for Alpha to see?
Yes. Now you can see them. You kind of would have seen them as they kind of exited from behind the building, kind of coming around the altar. You would have seen them. You would have noticed them coming.
How
you can make them out in the moonlight. You can't see like exact details, but you can make them out pretty well. The masks and they look more beast-like than human because it's just silhouettes and that you can see in the moonlight. But no, you can definitely see them.
How would they be moving? Would it look stealthy? Would it look just normal walking pace?
Like they're not like they're trying to be stealthy, but they're also not just like tromping through the woods. Like they are trying to not be noticed. But that could be that they're just trying not to be noticed by the people who maybe aren't asleep yet, who haven't quite taken on the dream state yet.
Alpha has a really dumb plan.
Do it! Do
No,
it!
let them pass! Let them pass! We don't want to start a fight yet! You're up in the open!
Because I was thinking, if
Kill
by
them and take their disguises.
Hey, that's an idea. But I was thinking,
That's a very good idea, actually.
You see?
how funny would it be if Alpha were able to sneak up behind them and then just like exclamate, "Listen, shouldn't you be sleeping?"
You can try.
I don't think that's the best idea. Alpha would probably look to Akari and say, "We're falling behind. What's the plan?"
Oh wow.
So Akari's gonna smile and then start chanting the spell for what's the spell called? Not needle darts. Bone spray as jagged bones start to form in her hand. She's gonna dash over and hit them all in a 15-foot cone with her spell.
We're killing people.
Okay, so
She's
you kind of.
taking
Go ahead.
They all need to roll a reflex save.
No, so you're heading that way. Wait, let me first, before you start getting saving rolls, calm down, calm down. Just let me find the right thing here. Sorry. Where is it? There we go. There we go. So you'd like to kind of head this way. And yeah, obviously that's way too big. And kind of where, for Pete's sake, a thing that way. Kind of
Yeah.
like that.
Try and hit them all, so get all of them in the cone.
In the spray thing. Okay. No,
Yes.
you'd be able to get them. If you could kind of get to there, you could probably get all of them in the spray. If you was a little bit closer. And they need to make, what rolls did you say?
Reflex save.
Reflex save. Thank you. Thank you. Ooh, Aina. Okay. I'm going to roll because I don't want to waste time. Okay, wait, let's do it. Let's do it. Okay. I'm going to roll 5 die.
So you're going to roll 5 dice at once, then it's going to add them all together. Eh?
No, it's fine. And I'll look at what each dice roll is. Because, I mean, they need to make the save at a +1. So we've got a 15.
Oh, 13.
Okay, so is it a +1 on all of those?
It's a +1 on all of the. No, it's a +1 on 3 of them and a +2 on 2 of them.
They were looking for a 19 to be able to dodge.
So not one of them got it.
Nope.
See, it just makes it a lot easier than having to roll them 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. So all of them failed.
And I roll for damage.
Go ahead.
So everyone there takes 12 damage and 1 persistent bleed damage until they get medical treatment to stop the bleeding.
Well, the good news being that, boom, let me move that out the way. Oops, sorry, give me 2 seconds. Falls. Sorry, my Microsoft is. There we go, done. That is enough to kill all of them.
Whoa. Now Alpha was going to interrogate one. Damn it.
As you kind of spread out there, all like, it was. The spell was burned, so they'd kind of scream like, ah! As you kind of do that, these people kind of become aware and start moving faster towards you.
So
Having heard the commotion.
Evara's going to enter into rage and charge attack them from behind.
I can stealth attack too.
Okay. Stealth attack them from behind.
She's going to charge attack them. So
Lillith
then
will
Lillith will
stealth.
stealth.
Yeah, so you're not trying to stealth with Evara is my question.
Nope.
Okay.
She is in a rage as well, so she's not going to stealth much.
Okay. Go ahead and make your attacks.
We'll be just checking her stats quickly.
Cool, cool.
It'd
I'll
be,
give them to you if you want. It's open here. Just tell me what you want. I'll give it to you.
it'd be really funny if we just committed a war crime and all these were like innocent civilians.
These are the people you didn't want to kill. The rest of the town, on the other hand, no, maybe not. What are you looking for, dude?
I'm just making her attack roll now, so it's a plus.
Okay, you're making it ready. So let me skip back to that screen.
Out of curiosity, is there a way that we could just make someone unconscious rather than kill them?
Yes, you'd go for non-lethal damage. You would just tell me I'm going for non-lethal damage, but you can't do that with a spell. If you like, you can't be like, okay, fireball, I'm going for non-lethal damage. It's not going to work. But something like attacking someone with melee, you could definitely go for non-lethal damage. But I mean, kind of instead of attacking them with the sword, you'd hit them with the blunt of the blade or with that pommel or something. So no, you can definitely just say you're going for non-lethal damage.
I take it at 23 hits.
Yes. 23 hits, yes.
Makes me think of that joke that says, I don't care how small the room is, I cast Fireball.
So
No,
that's
I like that. No, I like the other one. Is did I ask you what the rest of the party had to say? I cast Fireball.
so that's 11 damage.
Are you doing well? You would in rage. You would probably be doing lethal damage.
Yep.
Okay, bye. That's one down.
She moves closer to the second one in her charge as she cleaves the one in half and goes for the second one.
Okay. Let's go back here again. The violence. That's a miss.
Okay, cool. Then it is.
Lillith.
She'll take a third swing. Why not?
Okay. You're looking for 12, in case you're wondering.
We just did the biggest Uno reverse on these guys.
Yep, that's a hit. You can go ahead and roll damage.
There's
You can choose which one. Either or.
9 damage.
9. That is enough.
So she misses the swing, gets enraged, and then as she pulls the axe back, decapitates him.
Oh
Which
my.
one?
Not the furthest one.
That one.
Yep. And then it's
Yes.
Lilith's turn to.
Yeah, this one would have turned around towards you by now and is holding their scythe in a kind of aggressive gesture.
Okay, so I can't intimidate this person. I need to kill him too. We can't capture this one alive.
If you go for non-lethal damage,
With
means
my
you use-
bow or my dagger? Probably not.
with your bow, you could try and maybe shoot them in the head or something. It's going to be rough. It's not going to be easy, but you
Shoot
could
them
try.
in the head for intimidation and to
Yeah.
capture them
No,
alive.
not to intimidation, for non-lethal damage. You're just trying to kind of knock them out with the arrow or something. Shoot it the other way around, that the feather pot hits them. No, not really.
Shoot him in a leg
The
and
only
give...
problem is. Sorry, you go.
No, you go.
The only problem is that if this guy regains consciousness and he somehow escapes, we're all in deep shit with everybody in the village. If he dies, there is a good chance that we could probably blame the water monster or whatever that's been killing people already.
Okay, I like the way you're thinking.
So if you
Well, the
want
water
to,
monster is on the other river, so it's quite a way away, just saying. But okay.
well, we can scare them then by saying they're obviously like now expanding more. There's another one that's coming from this side of the
Yeah,
river.
So you
That's a
did
hit.
damage and did sneak attack.
And it's sneak attack, so I think maybe this one's gonna be dead too. Bugger the end of the bow. We just go for the stick him at the pointy end.
If you shoot him in the leg and you give Alpha enough time, Alpha could strangle him. Interrogation method.
You could go for a leg to try and get them done. That would be kind of non-lethal.
But then he's gonna scream out and alert other people.
Yeah, well, that's the chance you'd have to take.
Nah, she's aiming for the head.
Okay. Tell her to get off the phone.
She got a happy birthday from her sister friend, so not gonna happen.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Can we each
Isn't your birthday today?
It is her birthday
It
today.
is my mom's birthday.
Oh, happy birthday!
Happy birthday!
Okay, I don't know if she'll be able to hear you guys, but we'll pass it on. What the hell?
It's
Okay, you needed 8.
It's
I'm
the
just saying.
It's the D6 plus the D6 for stealth plus the D4 for Bloodseeker Beak.
Yeah, you needed 8. You got 8. I'm saying you like just made that one.
Okay,
There
so
it did
the
as well.
buries itself in his eye or something.
Done. Okay, he's done as well. Oryn kind of sitting around watching all this wanton destruction. You kind of see Silas also looking backwards and forwards. He's like big glowing eyes, like, oh, dude. What do you want to do?
So, sorry, can I just quickly do something with the summon?
Yeah, I thought you were done. Sorry, yeah, of course.
So, with all this and seeing like the reaction from Silas, the summon is gonna walk closer and say, "That's what happens when you kiss girls."
Wow.
What did you say you cut out? That's what happens when
You
kiss
kiss
girls.
girls.
you kiss girls. Don't traumatize my child.
Silas kind of looks and goes, I won't do that then.
Orange just gonna say, just whisper to him and just say, don't do what Auntie Akari does, okay?
I never would. She's scary. That's for you only. That would be in Sylvan.
Oren will just say, yes, I know. She scares me too.
Uh-huh.
And then she'll probably just walk up and join the rest of them where the bodies are.
So up this way.
Yeah.
So you guys are all heading up this way. I can move your summon up that way as well.
Yeah, you can.
Okay, guys, I'm trying to not put them where it says standing stone. Otherwise, when I click on standing stone, it moves the whole map instead of just the characters. Evara and... Okay, does anyone else in that group want to do anything?
Akari's
No, just standing around the bodies.
We have disguises now, and she starts stripping off the bodies.
Okay. You notice that all of them, there's 2 men and a woman. You notice that all of them are naked underneath the robes. You don't recognize these people as anyone that you would know. They were probably at the festival grounds, but it's no one you've met yet. And you put on the robes. Just put on the robes. Is that it?
We just committed murder.
And like try to blend in at least.
Okay, are you taking their sights or not?
Yes.
And you're putting on the masks and everything. Okay. Everyone. Yeah, go ahead.
I was just going to say, imagine killing a whole group of voyeurs. This is just kink shaming at its finest at this point. Like if there really wasn't nothing bad going on, this
Maybe they
is
were
just...
just part of the fertility ritual.
Yeah.
Okay. What I'm going to ask all of you to do, please, is to, and I'm going to quickly move my thing that I can make a mock, is to make a disguise roll. It should be in amongst your...
So, sorry guys, I'll let you know once the birthday girl's back, so you can tell her she didn't hear earlier.
Okay, we're good. And I'm just going to move all of these. Oh, you suck.
Sorry, guys. Just had to take a quick call there.
No worries. Happy birthday.
Aw, thank you very much.
Happy
Appreciate
birthday.
it. Thank you, thank
We
you.
hope you have an amazing day. You should have told us at the beginning. We could have sang for you.
You can still sing for me if you want to.
Your ears might break. I wouldn't really want to,
It'll make your ears bleed.
such torture, but yeah.
Thanks. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. I've had a couple of people sing to me today. My nieces and the kids at Children's Ministry this morning. Even our minister and his wife sang to me today. Happy birthday. So I'm feeling very blessed.
Oh, that's awesome.
Okay. What you missed was them kind of committing mass murder.
I
You
would
as well.
have guessed.
You as well.
Never.
Now, please. Okay, now there's only 3 robes. There's 4 of you. Who's putting on the robes?
With Akari kind of taking off the robes and everything, Alpha would look at her and say, I walked among you not as one of you, but as the blade that now brings you reckoning. I shall not stain the armor of God.
Okay. So the other 3 will be wearing them. So the other 3, please make, unless if you want to, again, Oryn, it's up to you if you want to put on a robe. Please make me a disguise roll. It should be in your. I'll actually give it to you. Akari. Oh no, you don't have disguise. We'd have to make it. I could have sworn there was a disguise roll. You'd have had to make a deception roll. Sorry.
Oh, so we're rolling deception.
Yeah, I don't see disguise on your sheet. I could have sworn I saw a disguise on your sheet, but I don't see it now.
Kari has a disguise kit.
Okay, so you can add, it's what, add +2 or something, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, so Oryn, 16. Cool.
Yeah.
Thanks, Kitty. Okay. Kari, go ahead. You're going to take a bit more time to apply makeup or whatever. I mean, you're wearing a mask and a robe. There's not much makeup to apply. But go ahead. We're trying to make your hands look more human. Okay.
Nice.
So that's for her and her summon.
No, I know that. No, you guys would roll together. I realized that. Hello, Kitty. Okay. Now, would anyone else in that group want to do anything else? Now 3 of you have the robes on and the headgear on. Akari's trying to make her hands look more humanoid. Is there anything? Like I said, there was kind of bandages wrapped around their hands. Did everyone take a sickle as well?
Alpha didn't.
The 3 people with the robes, and also walking with a sickle in their hand.
Yeah.
Were they carrying their left or their right hand?
Doesn't really matter.
I'm kidding. Okay. Silas is going to kind of climb in under the kind of skirt, I would suppose call it, of the robe that Oryn is wearing and going, bodies engaged. And Evara, okay, I'm going to skip here. Which she wouldn't have seen. She's run into the main house of the Chenowitz place. And Gnorbash has kind of run after her when you hear a scream from inside the house coming from her, kind of a blood-curdling scream coming from inside the house.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Is the water shallow enough for us to cross?
It would take a little bit. It would probably take you guys, if you want to try and cross the river now, it would probably take you the same amount of time as it would to walk, because it is quite a steady flow. Crossing the river here would probably take you the same amount of time as it would to walk around here.
Okay.
It wouldn't really be that much quicker because you have to fight against this. Especially you with your arm would need to fight against the currents. It is a pretty firmly flowing river. But it is one you could walk across and part of the way swim, where you probably couldn't have done that with the one you needed the ferry for.
Okay.
But you would be closer to where Gnorbash is going this way. You'd kind of exit close to where Gnorbash is. I mean, if you going from here to there, you'd extra close to Gnorbash. We're going around here. We'd take about the same amount of time, but you'd be the same distance from Gnorbash, but in a different direction. So it's entirely up to you.
Well, with Alpha, did everyone hear the scream?
Yeah.
Hearing the scream, Alpha would probably start running towards where Gnorbash is, bridge side.
Just heading that way.
Yes.
Okay. You head
Think-
that way.
Like Akari and them would follow as well.
Okay. Oryn?
Oryn as well. Sorry.
Okay. Silas, like you hear Silas like panting, trying to run, keep up with the under, and try and stay between your feet under your skirt. Evara.
They'll also try and disguise themselves, I believe.
Okay, kind of go ahead and roll deception rolls. There was 3 there as well. So there is a spare one.
Is our knight in shining armor gonna dim his armor by wearing a cloak?
Well, it's more of a robe than a cloak, but and the mask. But yes, he does not want to. He's not going to wear that.
Alpha does have a Is it a cloak?
Who was that for?
That's for Lillith.
Okay, sorry. Alpha does have.
Alpha does have a cloak kind of thing. Cloak, cape, more of a cape actually.
Okay.
Longish cape.
Is it grey?
I think it's like
It is now. As soon as you asked, it is now.
No, I think
Evara doesn't pull off the disguise that well.
No.
I think it's like a dark bluey.
Yeah, that's not going to work. Okay.
But you see, the underside of it is grey.
Yeah, no, I saw that coming. No. Lilith.
What do you need from Lillith?
I rolled.
No. What do you want to do
Put on the disguise, of course.
after that?
And
Everyone's
then-
put on their disguises now.
I'm so sorry. I do apologize. I will follow behind the group. I'm definitely not getting my
Behind the group there or behind there? Where? Which side?
I will wait for them to get to where I'm at, and then I'll follow behind the group. Evara kind of still looks like she's struggling to get the disguise on, but already bolting towards Gnorbash.
Okay. You kind of are just in. Okay, well, Gnorbash kind of keeps running towards the house. It's gone dead silent inside the house. You can't hear anything anymore. I'll start because you're closest. I'll start with Evara.
Evara's going to try and signal to Gnorbash to stop. And she
Okay.
still looks like Evara. She does not look like one of the cultists.
No, she does look like the cultist.
She rolled a 6 for deception.
Oh yeah, she's still getting dressed. Okay, Evara. Sorry, I was thinking of Akari there. Sorry.
A
She's still kind of
cultist.
getting dressed.
Cultist with a tail.
Yeah, she's still kind of getting dressed. Okay. Give me a second. Gnorbash 8. Okay. I only give him that because he's kind of distracted. Gnorbash does notice you. He's running and he kind of does look back and notice you. But he does seem to be very divided. His head keeps spinning between you and the door and you and the door. Knowing that there was a scream from inside and knowing she's naked. And it is kind of your guys' fault that she's out here. You did say you would protect her.
No one said we'd protect her. We told him we'll protect him.
So go ahead.
So Evara's just gonna show to him stop, and then if he stops, she's gonna continue to dash towards him and relay the information that they were attacked by like cultists.
Okay, you're going to dash to him. You could probably get to about there now. He is kind of hovering around the doorway, very unsure. Still hand reaching towards the door to go in. Although he doesn't really need to kind of open the door. When you get there. Alpha, let's move on to you next.
So if Evara can't get there, she's just gonna lift up her axe, which is covered in blood, to be like, we were attacked.
His eyes kind of widen and he kind of you see he wants to say something, but he's too scared to say anything as well because he's not sure what's going on because you're not saying anything either. His lips are kind of twitching as if he wants to talk, but he doesn't say anything.
But he stopped.
Yep, he did
To
stop.
be
He's
fair,
hovering between the two. Yep.
to be fair, were we really attacked? Or because I mean, we
To be
kind of
fair,
just
I'm
jumped.
with you on that one. Were you really attacked or did you attack?
We just committed
Yeah,
mass
they
murder.
didn't seem. Yeah, they didn't immediately, start attacking us or anything. We didn't
They
give them
didn't
the
even
chance.
get
We
one single hit in. I'm just saying.
Yeah, so
Where they're just that good.
maybe it would be better to tell him like, there were a lot of people on their way here,
Crap!
I'm assuming it's a trap.
I'm
No, it was a
95.
trap. Mm-hmm.
I'm 95% sure if Alpha would have attacked any way how the others attacked, his oath would have been broken.
Well,
Because that's very unprovoked.
very. Your turn, Alpha. What would you like to do?
He's gonna keep running towards where Gnorbash is.
Okay. Corey.
She'll follow. It'll probably look a bit suspicious, like these cultists running off to Alpha and Evara.
True. Oryn.
Yeah, Oryn is for now. She's just gonna stay behind with Silas and follow the rest of the group.
Stay behind or follow the rest of the group?
Stay at the back of the group, as
Okay.
in behind,
Okay.
but following.
Which
Sorry.
brings you... No, that's fine. That's what I thought you meant. I just wanted to make sure I understood correctly.
Yeah,
But you didn't mean stay behind here. Lillith, that brings me to you.
I shall also cross the bridge. I will join up with the rest of the team.
Okay,
Maybe
you can't quite get onto the bridge yet. The bridge is a bit full. But you can stand at the foot of the bridge behind everyone else.
this is not to scale, right?
No, it's not. But there are a lot of you on the bridge. Okay. Gnorbash is still kind of hovering here. And
Best roll ever, GM.
that was for Gnorbash, just by the way.
No, that's for you.
You see, it kind of breaks your attention. He kind of says, I can't leave her. And he runs into the building.
Well done, Gnorbash. Now you're gonna get killed.
Do you remember where the little secret trap thingy leading downstairs to the idol was?
It wasn't a trap door. It wasn't a trap. It was just a stairs.
I stick with my first one, the trap that leads us down the stairs into the basement.
Evara.
She's gonna say, "You idiot," and then wait for the rest of the group to reach her.
Okay, so you're not going anywhere. You're waiting there.
Yep.
Rest of the group, do you want to get up to where she is?
Yes, please.
Does Akari hear anything from the spider from Gnorbash going inside?
As Nurgesh goes inside, it is quiet. You don't hear anything at all from inside, beside his breathing as he runs in. And as you kind of get there, you hear a faint creaking noise, and the effigy, the scarecrow's head turns towards you. It looks over you and looks back towards Alpha and Evara, and makes like a grumbling noise and kind of jumps off makes a huge leap off of the pole, holds out its hands in front of it, and you hear like a rustling noise, almost like you're not quite sure what, but it sounds like hay and straw like rubbing against each other. And out of the kind of rubbing noise, you hear kind of like,
We can't hear you.
you hear it saying in a very high, like very low, rasping voice, you hear it say heathens, and heads towards you.
We are fully dressed like the whatevers. Can we not tell it, hey, Guardian, these are our prisoners. We've got
I
this.
don't know. You can try.
Okay. Who's the tallest and the most intimidating, other than Alpha and Evara?
Remember, Alpha didn't put anything on,
I know.
and
Evara's
Evara
partly
failed
dressed.
her roll.
Yeah, Evara's partly dressed. So which one of us is the most intimidating here?
I don't know.
Can we do intimidation checks?
I've got a +2 on intimidation.
It would be a. It wouldn't be a. It wouldn't be an intimidation check. It would be a deception check to try and convince it that you are the cultist.
Okay. Akari has got +9 and Lillith has got a +6. What does Oryn have?
+2.
There we go. I didn't even have to look it up.
So I'm not the best choice for that.
So I take it Akari is going to be the one who's going to do this.
Does that Akari have a
Yep.
+9?
+9, yes.
Okay, that's probably our base bet.
So if we have multiple people trying to convince it, is that going to make any difference to the amount?
Okay. I'm going to do this the other. Every one of you who want to try and help can try and help. If you fail, it's -1 on the roll. If you succeed, it's +1 on the roll.
Alpha has a +8. Should he roll?
No, because you wouldn't be trying to. You might try for intimidation once they're done.
Because
But
the
you wouldn't be
Alpha
trying-
has this. Oh, because he's not in a robe.
Yeah, he's not in the ropes. So you can't. Exactly.
Okay.
You could try and intimidate. Yes.
There's a +10 on intimidation. I can do that.
So you could try and intimidate, but let them do their 2, 3, 8.
Well, I mean, if he does try and play into the help me, they've taken me captive, wouldn't that be a deception roll?
That would be a deception roll. Like I
Adding-
said, depending what you guys want to do, that would be a deception roll.
Are you ready?
Okay. So what's going to happen, right, is Akari's going to cast Guidance as a cantrip on the summon who's taller than her. And then the summon is going to walk up behind Alpha and then say, these are more sacrifices. And just put what's the weapon they have? A sickle, right?
Scythe.
A sickle. No, a sickle. It's a sickle.
Okay, sickle.
She's just going to place the sickle on
Alpha shoulder.
Alpha's breastplate and then say, or do you want to disrupt the ritual?
Go ahead and make a roll. It kind of looks at you. It looks at you
It's
very
around like
suspicious.
that.
It looks at you very suspiciously. It kind of ticks its sickles, fingers that are sickles, kind of clicks them together. And it says in a very kind of low voice, it sounds like kind of hay and straw rubbing against each other. You only need one sacrifice. Leave the other to me.
Okay, I'm gonna roll as well and say to it that Guardian, we can't make that decision.
Okay. Let's try again. Okay, never mind. And look at you and said, I know you can't make that decision, but those are the way the rituals go. It takes another step towards you. As it looks at you, you kind of notice its eyes start glowing, and they kind of seem to like pulse. It seems to start pulsing as it's kind of heading towards you. Please all, except for Silas, because Silas can't really see in this because he's under the skirt still. Please, all of you, make a willpower roll. The number you're looking for oops, sorry, give me a second. It's 13.
Shall we roll alphabetically?
Yeah, go ahead. And while all this is happening, you do hear a faint scuffling through the spider inside the house. Okay, so that was Akari, I'm assuming, from what I heard from downstairs.
Sorry, yes.
Okay. Okay, Alpha.
Mr. Tin Man.
The Alpha burn a hero point to reroll.
Yeah, of course you can. You can, whenever you'd like to, you can roll a hero point. Just remember to remove it off your list. That would leave you with two. Okay, that'll work. Evara. Do you want me to roll for Evara?
No, I will. I got it. I got it.
Okay, cool. Okay.
She does not make the save thing.
No, she does not make it. Unless you want to do something about it, she does not make it.
Is it me now, Lillith?
I don't know. I'm hearing from Evara. What do you want to redo, or what do you want to do before I
She's
continue?
being part of the like the person that's being captive. So
Okay, so she doesn't do anything. Okay, cool.
That's
Okay.
Lillith.
Yep, I figured that's Lilith.
Wow. Wow.
Nice.
Well done, our lady Oryn.
Cool. So all of you, everyone's rolled now, am I correct? Silas. I mean, Alpha. No, you didn't make it. Evara. Sorry. Evara didn't make it. My apologies, Evara. You see Evara, kind of her eyes start to kind of just glaze over, and she starts walking towards the scarecrow as it kind of smiles and its eyes pulsing kind of intensifies. And the smile just gets wider and wider, and it starts holding out its claws in front of it and just kind of flexing the sickles that it has as claws, kind of flexing them slightly as she keeps heading towards it.
Akari's going to step up and then she's going to say, "You dare desecrate Goanda's order. You should not be called one of his followers."
Go ahead and make a deception or intimidation. I'll leave it up to you, depending on how you're trying to play that.
That's intimidation.
It'll back away and back down a bit, but Evora still keeps walking towards it.
Akari's going to step forward and then say, "I will extinguish you if you do not let her go in the name of Goanda." Need to roll intimidation again.
Go ahead. You can add +1 to your roll, because you did win the previous intimidation. So I'll allow you to add +1.
So it's going to be 25.
Yeah, with the +1, it's 25. So it just kind of stares at you and kind of keeps tapping its nails. It doesn't move anywhere, and Evora still keeps walking towards it.
Even though we rolled the same.
Even though you roll, well, it hasn't done anything. Evora's under a spell. You didn't do anything with Evora.
Well,
It didn't do anything.
Spell.
Akari
Does
decides,
anyone else want to do anything, by the way?
Akari decides, fuck it, she's casting needle darts on it.
With seeing what's happening, Alpha will look back at everyone, and then look to the sky and then say, "Sorrow guide me," and then unsheath his sword and start running towards the scarecrow.
Wow. Okay, give me a second. Give me 1 second.
And I'll get my bow ready. Do we have fire bows here like we had with the with the goblins?
I know.
Sorry, I mean fire arrows.
I know what you meant. I know what you meant. No.
We
Okay.
should probably keep a pouch of like flammable oil or something with us.
It would help. You didn't roll for damage yet, did you?
Not yet, but does a 26 hit?
Yeah. You're looking for, you need to know, you're looking for 14.
So as she shoots the needle darts into it, she's gonna say, "Again, I will extinguish you in the name of Goanda."
Go ahead.
Question. Because this is a scarecrow, it shouldn't be very heavy. I mean, if
It
it's
is
made of
pretty-
string.
It would have a wooden structure underneath that, so it would be relatively heavy.
It's got
If you wanna-
size for fingers.
And it's got size for fingers, so it's pretty big and chunky as well. If you want to try using Mage Hand, I will allow it.
Do we have any flammable material in anyone who can make a flamethrower? Molotov cocktail.
I don't know. Do you?
Straw burns.
I'll roll for mage hand. Do I roll with attack?
You roll an attack roll. Standard attack
I
roll.
wonder.
I'd say
Um,
maybe try and pull Evara with your mage hand. That's going to be easier than trying to break the scarecrow.
Okay.
I
That's
can't
left.
lift Evara. That's the problem.
No,
The
just pull her,
scarecrow would
push her
bite
back,
me.
pull it back. Not actually lift her.
Give her a bit of a slap or something just to snap out of it.
Oh, okay. Can I maybe like grab her by like the back of her shirt or something? I
Right?
try and
Yeah.
pull her back.
Should work.
I was gonna say,
Cool. Good. Love that.
That's enough.
No.
You kind of put a thing and you just kind of watch as nothing happens.
while we're trying to kill this dude, I'm gonna use my bow.
Mm-hmm.
I've got 60 feet, so I can definitely hit it with the bow.
Yeah, of course. Yes. Okay. Go ahead.
Gonna roll now.
Yep, there we go. Sorry, my screen flipped out there for a second as well. Go ahead.
Fuck your gut fist!
Okay. Go ahead and roll for damage. You hear from, this is for Akari, you hear from inside the building, you hear like a mumbling and then 4.
4 damage, yes.
Three. You hear like a mumbling and then a thump. And it's like a strange like sound. And then you hear
Sorry, just a strange sound.
you hear like a muffled sound and then a thump. And then you hear some like whispering. And you hear Gnorbash kind of grunting and it sounds like thrashing around. And you hear another like a strange swishing sound and another thump.
It's going well, Ben.
And then it goes very quiet. And that's it.
What is going on with this mean ass scarecrow?
That was from inside the house.
I know. I still shot you last time.
Yeah, the scarecrow took some damage. Still standing there.
How much damage do you need? We've
It
done.
hasn't hardly made any damage. You've got like 12 points.
Okay, and it's we need how many?
No, you need to hit 14 to hit it.
Okay, so we don't know how much damage. Oryn, have you got a fire spell or anything, girlfriend? Because we need to set this dude's ass on fire.
I do.
Okay.
And I don't believe I've cast it yet today. I could be wrong though. I can't remember if I cast it in one of the previous sessions.
I don't think you fired the acid one, but you still have enough spell slots to cast it. Isn't it flaming? Which flaming thing do you have?
It's Scorching Blast.
Okay, no. You can still use that.
Because if I'm not mistaken, I don't think I've used any level 1 or level 2 spells
Not that I.
since we got.
No, you guys went directly there from the front, and you haven't rested. You used the acid spray.
But that's
Cantrip. I'm
innate,
trying to think
so
what you used. I didn't
yeah,
mark it
yeah.
up on your sheet.
Well, okay, let me cast Acid Splash then. You
no,
know,
hold on,
before
hold
we
on, hold on,
resist
hold on, hold
fire.
on, hold on. You can use the fire thing. Give me a second. No, you haven't.
Okay, cool.
I'm just double
So I've
checking. No,
set
you
up
haven't.
full-
Just
full
click on
everything.
cast. You actually on your thing, you can actually click on cast the spell on your actual character sheet, and that'll keep track of you how many spells you have left. But okay, you can cast Scorching Blast, but you don't need to try and cast it kind of between these. Whoops, kind of between these peeps.
Okay, wait, sorry. Before we move on,
Go ahead.
so I don't need to click on cast for the cantrips because that I can cast
As many times. Yes, 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 yes.
only for the level 1.
Level 1 and level 2, because those you get a certain amount. Just makes your
Okay,
life
cool.
easier.
Yeah, I've been doing that, so then obviously then I haven't cast any of those.
No, you haven't, because I just
Um,
checked your spells you've got as well. You are correct, you have not.
Okay, cool. Can I move first?
Mhm.
I'll leave Silas behind where he's standing, so kind of out of from under my robe.
Okay.
And I'll move there to maybe get a better
Okay.
view if that's possible.
I hear you.
What would the distance be?
I'm looking that up right now for you, as a matter of fact. As a matter of fact, I'm looking that up right now for you. Second, Scorching, Element, OP, it'll be under C, SSS. Give me a second, I'm looking it up right now. Oh, wait, hold on, let me look. How am I doing that? I can just do this a lot quicker.
Blast the target within 30 feet with fire.
There you go, 30 feet with fire. There we go.
It makes a small sphere of
That
fire
travels through, yeah.
It lashes out fire strikes.
Yeah. So you could just guide it through them and then it'll get to there. Go ahead. You need to make an attack roll as far as I know.
Okie dokie.
And you can say how many axes you want to spend because each one is 1 slash of fire.
How many? Actions. So do you want to use 1, 2, or 3 actions on this?
What would I roll for each one of those actions?
It'd be 1 attack, and then it would be 1, 2, or 3
Damage
remember,
rolls.
you only have 3 actions. So if you use 2 of them on that, it'd leave you with 1. If you only use 1, it'd leave you with 2. If you use all 3, you're done for the turn.
Let me use all 3 for now, because obviously we haven't rolled for initiative yet, so.
Yep.
And Oryn, you're up.
Okay.
Go.
Let me go to hero point for that.
Okay.
So I roll that with advantage.
Yes, you roll 2 dice, and the higher one counts. That's a hit.
There's a
Lovely.
And you roll damage. Your damage is times 2 because it is susceptible to fire.
So that is if you hit, you inflict 2d8 fire damage.
Per thing, you've done 3.
So
12
must I
D8.
roll 6 of them?
12
Bingo.
D8, right?
Yeah.
It's 12 D8 because it takes double damage. So you do 2
No,
D8.
just do 6 times 2. Let's not really complicate it.
So you can do 6 D8 or 12 D8, your choice.
So 68 times 2.
Yeah.
Or
You'll just
12.
multiply the result by 2 or 12 d8.
Okay, I'll roll the 6.
So that's
Then-
62.
Yep.
The fire kind of explodes around it and it kind of starts wriggling around. It kind of falls down and starts crawling forward. And as it does, it lets out a screech. All of you, it's still not dead, just by the way.
Still not!
No. All of you,
With 62!
This is BS. Game Master.
please. And this has this incredibly high, its mouth opens like super wide and this has this incredible scream. All of you please roll a willpower save, and the number you're looking for is 13.
You know we're gonna keep trophies here, right?
It's pretty much burning. There's not much left of it. It's burning pretty badly.
I'm
Okay,
sure
Oryn, you're good.
Beetle will survive.
Yeah, Oryn's good.
Do I need
Yeah.
to roll for Silas?
No. You wouldn't need to roll for Silas. You can leave Silas. That's fine.
Okay, cool. Sorry, please just excuse me for 1 minute. I just need to go close my doors. The wind's gotten really bad. It's blowing things over in my house.
Please, yes, quickly. Okay, who is this for?
That's Lillith.
Okay, cool.
And then
Does Evara need to make the roll as well?
Evara needs to make the roll as well.
She'll burn a hero point to re-roll that.
Okay. Okay.
Slightly better.
It's enough. It's enough this time, so that's better. Alpha, Lilith. I think we're just waiting for you two still.
It's Akari and Alpha.
Akari and Alpha, I mean, sorry. Okay, go ahead.
She'll burn a hero point as well to re-roll.
Because it's a natural one,
Yeah.
actually makes you burn 2 hero points, but it's fine. Okay, you all make it. As it kind of continues rolling around, it does burn up. And it starts a fire in the field around it as it takes burn damage.
I would like to formally apologize for stopping you from burning the field early in the day.
You notice, or you hear like a shuffling noise, and then it goes dead silence.
Akari at this point is going to say, we need to get inside. I think Gnorbash is in danger.
Okay, can I change the map? Are you all going to head inside? Does anyone want to do anything else?
I think Evara is probably going to
I want one of
Charge
those
through.
finger side thingies. I want one of the scarecrow claws.
You want to take it? Well, it's kind of a blazing fire at the moment. You might want to wait a while for that.
The metal will survive. I'm coming back to get a trophy.
Yeah, that's fine. That's what I said. You're welcome to come back for a trophy. Just I don't think right now would be a good idea. Okay. Hey, almost perfect. You guys almost exactly where you're almost right in the right place. Okay, so let me move. Gnorbash is MIA. You guys have all kind of come through here.
Well, Akari would kind of know where he is because the spider's still on him.
Is it?
Should be.
You did hear a shuffling noise.
Yeah, so how do
Well,
they
this-
know where it is?
The spider was underneath the clothes, so unless they're stripping him down.
I didn't say anything, but you did hear a shuffling noise.
So where's the spider now?
You're all kind of come through here. Again, you can see it's moss covered. There's a room over here. You did not experience this room. In this room, let me put my point on. In this room now, which you didn't check last time, you notice there are 3 candles that you can see. 1, 2, 2, 3 burning, and in the middle of the floor there is a carpet or a mat blanket kind of laid out. That's probably the area that Shell was planning to use before she was so rudely interrupted. But that's about all you can pick up from here at the moment. Everything else looks the same as it did. Just the candles and the blanket that are now in the room up top here, which wasn't there before. But you didn't really examine that room before. It was just an empty room previously. So this has been added between when you guys left and now.
Where's the spider at this stage?
Can you tell where the spider is?
Yes, because it's linked to Akari, so she would know where it is because she'd know where she is.
Okay. Spider is kind of in this area. You can sense it in this area over here.
Is the spider still in contact with Gnorbash?
No.
Not.
It's lying tangled up in a pile of clothing.
Okay. Were before they stripped the clothing off of Gnorbash, were they dragging him outside?
Yes.
So they were dragging him outside.
Yes.
Right. So Akari from the back of the group, or where she is right now, is going to say, "We're going to use Alpha's door." They're dragging him into the maze. Just a guess. That's her guess.
So you're all going to kind of rush through to get to here. Am I correct?
I believe so, unless someone else wants to do something else.
Well, does anyone else want to do anything?
I don't think so.
Okay. Can I move you through here then, as you guys are kind of gathered, rushing through the hall, kind of heading that way? Yep, there we go. As you kind of get to there, you notice at the entrance, 4 and 3. Are 4 cultists standing at the entrance, and behind them, hovering above their heads, are 3 surges. You can go ahead and roll for initiative.
Can we try something? Because most of us are still in costume, right?
Yes, you can.
So as the group sees this, Akari is going to say, these two burnt the, what's she gonna call it? The Guardian?
I don't know. You tell me what you're going to call it.
She's gonna say these two burnt the Guardian outside. Help us seize them so that like it'll be a surprise attack when the other 4 that are still in disguise attack them as well.
Okay, give me a second. Please roll for deception.
4.
Deception.
Okay.
Okay, there we go. There you go. You notice as well, which I'm going to mention as well, that the pool, which had all the dead bodies in it, seems to have been disturbed. It has all the there was a bunch of dead maggots and dead mosquito larvae. They all seem to have been disturbed, and there's a bunch of robes lying along the edge here. A bunch of robes lying along the edge here, and you notice the water seems to have been disturbed, and it's very muddy here where they're standing now, as if people had come out of the water before going into the maze. They'll say to you, "Yes, sure, we'll help you, brother," and they'll start heading towards you. They'll walk around the edge of the pond and not walk through it. And then obviously the sturges, two of them will fly with, the other one will stay here in the at the entrance. Alpha, as the captain, will go with you. What do you want to do?
Well, Alpha wants to do something stupid again.
Well, Alpha and Evara were just fighting, so they can probably engage these people if they want to, because they were just fighting to destroy the Guardian outside. So
yeah, Alpha will probably unsheath, trying to get to Gnorbash as quick as he can, unsheath his sword, and start running towards these two.
Okay.
Or shield running, or it would depend how far he can get, but with shield
could
raised, run towards them.
Probably get to them, but he probably couldn't get an attack in, but he could probably get to them.
Okay, he'd run full force with his shield up.
Cool. Evara.
Evara is going to let out a roar and try and intimidate them as she's still enraged.
Okay. Go ahead. Alpha, I need to add, I'll add it here. You didn't, it's not here, it's on the other one. I'm just going to add your 4 temporary hit points here as well.
Cool. Thank you.
There we go. Done. They just keep coming towards you, completely undeterred by your intimidation check.
Right, she's going to try and bolt towards them as well. Follow Alpha's lead, but towards them.
Alpha's the same side that Alpha is, or the opposite side?
Opposite side.
Okay, she could probably get to there. Just run around the thing. There we go. Now the rest of you who are dressed, and again, by this time, Silas would have been climbing under Oryn's robe again. What would you like to do, Six?
Can these people see me, or am I literally at the back of the pack? Like
You are literally, as you are now, you are at the back of the pack. You are in a robe, but they wouldn't have seen you as yet. You are in stealth and still in the shadow of the building, where everyone else is kind of just outside the building.
Cool. I'd like to stay in stealth, and then I'm gonna use my bow, and I'll go for that back Sturgis.
The one right at the back.
Yeah.
The one like over here.
Surge. Sorry, yes, that one. Surges.
Dirge.
Whatever. Daai een.
Okay.
The giant mosquito thing.
Go ahead, I'll allow you to make an attack roll. Just one. A surprise roll. Oh, if you want to know, you're looking for a 16. That hits. Go ahead and roll for damage. It squelches as you kind of peg it to the wall on the opposite side with the arrow. It just kind of, the wall kind of holds up strong enough to kind of keep it in place there. With that, all the people here kind of jump to alert. And now, unless someone else has something to try and do quickly, you can go ahead and roll for initiative.
Well,
When you allow a cast of needle darts.
You wouldn't have enough time to cast needle darts. You can do a quick action now, and that's it. Which would entail moving, or saying something, or drawing your weapon.
if
So
Alpha,
let's say the verbal part of needle darts. So in the next round, it's only going to take one action to act.
No.
Hand gesture. It's
No.
saying something.
No. Saying something like shouting a command. I think it was Alpha, you were saying something?
if Alpha was gonna shield bash this guy into the water because he's sprinting full force towards him, Alpha's not gonna stop.
Okay, no.
Can I do that now or when after we roll initiative?
Roll for initiative.
Okay.
Oryn. 13. The downstairs people, please let me know who's who before you roll.
Okay.
Okay, Akari. I'll do it. Akari, go ahead and roll.
It's Lillith that's gonna go first. Excuse you.
Okay, Lillith then. I was going to go in alphabetical order just to make it easier.
We're going in reverse alphabet.
Okay. Okay.
21 for I.
Oryn, please roll for Silas.
Okie dokie. Let me just double check his dexterity. Um,
You want me to check for you?
please, if you don't mind. I don't see.
Not at all. Give me a second. Ba-da-ba-da-ba-da. Silas. Die 20 plus 2.
Plus 2. Okie dokie.
Okay. Evara. Alpha. Wow, Akari. Okay. I'll do mine. 2, 3. 16, 16, 13, and 5. And then another 3 for the cultists and the other 2. I'll just re-roll. Oh, yes, see. Okay. Let me get these quickly sorted out for you. Alpha, I will allow you to continue running forward. It was still part of your momentum, and you did have a quick action. So I will allow you to go ahead and make a roll to charge into the person and try and knock them backwards or something along those lines, I would assume.
Yeah, so we'll try and knock them into the water.
Okay.
What would I roll for that? Shield bash or something else?
I'd go with a shield bash. That is a hit. Give me a second. Okay. You're trying to push the one person into the water, not one person into the other person.
No, one person into the water. So this the one at the front, into the water.
Okay. So there we go. You would have been able to make a strength roll, please. Okay, knock that one into the water. As they fall into the water, you see them kind of struggling and trying to strip off their clothes, saying, "No, I need to be cleansed. I need to be cleansed. I can't defile the water." And starts trying to strip off their clothing in the water.
Alpha with shield bashing him, does he take damage from the shield bash?
You can go ahead and roll damage. I will allow you to roll damage.
Okay.
It is a male voice. Okay, 8.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you. He does seem to be kind of, besides his screaming and trying to get, he does seem to be pretty slightly dazed, and he is kind of bleeding from where you hit him. But his main concern is to be trying to get the robe off in the purifying water.
Would you allow in an intimidation roll on the other cultists or the other guys?
When it's your turn, I will allow it when it's your turn. Yeah,
Okay.
I will, but only once your turn. Lillith, you're first.
I am using my bow again. Do I still have the element of surprise? Am I still stealth?
You would still be stealth at this moment.
Thank you. I'll go for. Let's go for. Well, one of the. I want to take out the Mursha mosquitoes. So, or do you guys want me to try for one of the cultists? Because we've got our two. Our two. What do you call them? Tanks in the front. Sturges, the flying ones. Okay, I'll go for the Sturge that's closest to Evara then.
Okay. Good, that's closest to Evara. Got it. That's a hit. And the arrow kind of sails right through it, right past, and sails also into the walls behind it as you kind of squish it.
Can I fire at the other one too?
Yeah, you've got your 3 actions, so yeah, you can go ahead. That's a hit. Go ahead and roll for damage. You also squish it. And again, another arrow going into the thing here. Now you can see kind of how thick this thing is because the arrow actually beds into it instead of going through it like it should. Do you want to do anything else?
Give me a sec. Can I try and aim for the cultist in the water?
You could. That'd be a hit.
Or
Excuse me.
beams? Am I still stealth?
You would still be stealth. There we go. Six. As the arrow goes into him, he stops struggling and he just kind of lies there, dead still. You hear that one's dead. You hear this cultist and this cultist both scream in a highly pitched woman's voice. And one of them you say, Daddy!
If I really wanted to, I would say, I'm sorry. Or not.
Which one says daddy?
This one here.
Evara smiles and says, "Don't worry, you'll join him soon."
This cultist will go forward and make an attack roll. Excuse me. Against Alpha. Minus, okay, minus, and Okay, here we go. Ugh. Okay, not much. Makes a swipe against Alpha and misses. Makes a second swipe and misses again. And then kind of just stands their ground. Oryn.
Oryn would like to cast needle darts at
Yep, go ahead.
this one over here. I feel it's the only one she'd probably reach without hitting someone in the like
In between, okay.
between. Yeah.
And the one that said daddy, that one.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Make your roll.
Darty.
That one. That's a hit.
Sorry, I'm just trying to see what is it for damage. 3d4.
Yeah, 3d4. Plus something, isn't it?
That's nothing. Just 3d4.
Okay, just 3d4. Okay, good. Sorry, 3d4.
Yeah, it's a cantrip. It doesn't have the bonus stuff.
No, I thought it was plus your level for some reason. I don't know why, but okay.
Hey, if you want that, we can add it.
No, it's fine. The darts hit home, and she kind of goes, ah! And it kind of falls down to the side. You can still do that. That's 2. And you still have 1 more action, if I'm correct. How many
Yes,
actions in needle dart? 2.
it's 2.
Yep.
How old was this person?
You'll have to
Was
examine.
it like a child? Did it sound like a
Sounded
child?
like a very young female voice.
But not like a child. Like more
Not
like
a child. No, not a child.
Okay, I feel less bad then.
More teenagery.
Okay.
The fellow contestants for the queen of the festival thing.
If it was children attacking us, then this like little settlement has one big red flag.
Yeah, I was about to say, I don't want to say much, but
So no.
sorry, I'm just trying
No,
to see
you can go ahead. I was just going to ask you, is there anything else you wanted to do? So go ahead.
Yes, sorry, I'd like to throw a javelin. It's my final action at this guy here.
Okay. It's a long range, so I'd make it it's at -1 because it's a bit far away from you. And then so whatever your roll is, I think it's plus whatever, just deduct 1 from that. Because it is long
Okay.
range.
Right. That is
So it
plus
should be
7, plus 6 then.
Yeah, exactly. 100% correct. I was going to say it should be 7 or 8, something like that. Yeah. That's a hit.
And damage is 1d6.
Cool. Okay. Jevin kind of heads towards them. Takes a chunk out of this side. They just hear again. A male voice going, oh! Silas is next.
Okay, hold on. With special abilities, that is again, is there any limit on how many times he can use them?
Nope.
Okie dokie. How far is it between?
Well, how many actions he's got besides that?
Sorry.
He can only use it as many actions as he's got, but other than that, no.
Oh, okay. What would the radius be? Because obviously I feel like this is not super accurate.
You could prop that guy would be. I'd make that at a -2, and this one at a -1.
Because it is
You can
one of
split
you
4.
a
What is
10-foot
the-
range.
Yeah, I don't. It might. This one, okay. Wait, if it's only 10 foot, this one would be out of range. But you would be able to make this one. But this is on the verge of the 10 foot, so they would be at -1.
Okay, well, I'll move him a little bit closer then.
Okay, cool.
As
Okay,
my
cool.
first move. So like
Okay,
there.
you still want to go for this. Okay, yeah. So move into about there, and then you could do either of them. Okay, maybe more closer there, but okay. Then you could do either of them. But that move
Right,
would be one action. That leaves you with 2
yes.
more actions.
I will use what is it? Seed.
Okay.
So it's just a ranged attack.
Yeah.
But it doesn't say if you roll what the plus is, if there is a plus.
You would roll your first one as a natural ability would be +6, then +2, then -2.
Okay, +6.
Yeah, because it's a natural ability. That vaguely is a hit, but it's a hit.
Love that. And then it just deals 1 point of damage, I think, just straight.
Okay.
And then for his final action, he'll move back again,
Okay.
closer to me.
Okay. Cool. Perfect. Oops. Wrong one. I took that damage off of Silas accidentally.
What did you say the
9.
It's +6, then what is it?
+2,
Yeah.
then -2. He's only got 2 actions left, so you could have made another attack at +2. I will allow it. But then you'd have to stay there. Holy cow. But then you'd have to stay kind of over there.
All right. No, I'm happy. I'm happy taking him back.
Okay. Cool. Yes. That's him done. Next on the list would be Alpha.
There's gonna be some movie sequence stuff coming on. Okay. Will you allow Alpha?
I've only got 43 life.
I have no idea.
You haven't taken any damage that I know of.
No, Wanderer's Guide it still says 44.
Okay, let me just change. I don't know how that happened. Let's change it back to 44. Because as far as I know, and anyway, your temporary damage should have gone first. Okay, sorry, there we go.
I didn't specify that. Yeah. Okay. Would you allow that Alpha would drop his sword on the ground, so just let it go, and try and disarm the enemy in front of him in one turn?
Yeah. I will allow that.
Okay. I need to roll athletics against their reflex.
Yes. Now I'm going to give you their reflex now. I'm just double checking it quickly. Okay. It's not fantastic. 10.
I need to roll a 1. Oh, a 2.
Ooh!
No.
No, you need to roll a 1 or higher.
Yes. I rolled a 24.
Yeah, so which is higher than 1.
Yes, because Alpha has a +9 in athletics.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So that would succeed.
So they are now disarmed with the weapon that they were carrying, trying to swing at me.
Sorry, my notifications are going mad here. You kind of wriggle with the with him with the weapon, please make a reflex roll.
Okay.
As you kind of wrestle with him, try and get the weapon out of his hand, he does nick you with the weapon. Please make a constitution roll.
I want to re-roll if that does not succeed.
Okay. You would need to re-roll.
Okay.
What you're looking for, I'll even give you if you like. Give me a second. You're looking for a 14. You start feeling yourself as you manage to knock it out of his hand, but as you knock it out of his hand, it does nick your hand, and you feel yourself starting to get drowsy.
Good.
You want, yeah, you can still go. You still got your, it's still your thing that was one, so you can still keep going. He is weaponless now. The weapon is kind of would have been tossed off into the bushes somewhere. The bushes that now acid burned.
I wonder if it would help if I use lay on hands
On who?
on myself.
You want to use lay on hands.
I don't know if it's gonna help against any form of
That'll do healing to injuries. You haven't been injured. You're just feeling drowsy.
Okay.
Don't think it's gonna help.
Okay. Alpha's then going to grab the disarmed by their throat. Try and grab them by the throat.
Okay. Go ahead and whoops. Ooh. 15.
What would I need to roll for that?
Your strength, same as you rolled last time, it's your strength.
Strength.
You'd make it as a grapple roll.
Come on. Can Alpha burn his last hero point?
And you can go ahead and burn the last hero point. That'll work. You managed to grab the thing by the throat around there, where their mask is. Do you want to try your intimidation now?
Yes, please.
Okay, go ahead. I will allow you a +1 on that roll due to circumstances.
Okay.
Okay. What do you want to do? You want to intimidate, obviously, but what?
He's
Get
gonna.
an antidote.
Yeah, he's gonna yell and say, "What did you poison me with?"
A woman's voice is going to answer you, saying, "Blue Winnis, in revenge for my husband. You'll soon be flat on your back like the stupid half orc was."
It's strangled, bitch.
You make a knowledge check or a nature check.
I don't think Alpha has. He has no nature.
Okay. Let me check your sheet quickly. Medicine.
There's a +5 in medicine.
I'll allow medicine. You happen to know that blue Winnis is a very well-known poison that is used by thieves mostly. But basically, if it renders its people that are poisoned by it, it renders them unconscious very quickly, but it also wears out of the body pretty quickly as well.
Can I roll for anything to know if there's an antidote for it or a way to combat it?
That would have to be nature, which you can try, but it
So
will be a nature roll.
that'll just be a straight d20.
It'll be a straight d20. As far as you know, the only way to get out of it would be to wait it out.
Okay.
You're done. Evara's turn.
Okay. So the person that died in front of Evara, right?
Yeah.
She's going to grab the body and then shove it into the pool and say, "I told you so," and then walk
Okay.
off to attack the second cultist.
Okay.
Not even run or anything, just walk up to them, picking up the axe. Like, it's
The
your
axe.
turn.
Her axe.
Yep.
Okay.
She'll
You
0 points to reroll.
okay. Damn. I was just getting ready to say something.
I have a question.
Mhm.
If you roll a nat 1, but you have a plus on it, so it changes the overall outcome.
A natural one.
Yes.
A
Why would
natural
you?
one. A natural one is always a failure,
Even if you have the plus.
even if you have the plus. A natural one is always a failure.
Oh,
Same as a natural
okay.
20 is always a critical. A natural one is
Okay.
always a critical miss. Same as a natural 20 is always a critical hit. Even if you make the
Oh.
roll.
All right. I get you.
Your damage.
Roll that now.
Sorry, I thought I missed the roll somewhere.
7.
You managed to slice them open and they're down.
So when's it Akari's turn?
Akari took its turn right at the beginning.
No.
Lillith did.
Okay, then it's Akari's turn.
So the spider from the clouds is just gonna run up and merge back into Akari.
Okay.
And she's going to, as Alpha picks up the other one, cast needle darts.
Okay. They are prone, so I will allow you extra bonus to your attack. So they can't try and dodge or anything because they are being held up.
So just they don't have dexterity on their AC.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which is not particularly high anyway. As you probably noticed. That's a hit. And needle darts hits home and they kind of cry out in pain. They are bleeding profusely, but they're still alive.
Okay. Then the summon's gonna walk up
Mm-hmm.
next to Alpha.
Yep. Okay, you still have your turns. You still have 2 more turns. Go ahead.
Well, it takes 2 for needle darts. So this is gonna be the
The
summon.
final. Okay.
Her claws are gonna extend and she's gonna try and punch them into the flat-footed cultist.
Okay. And again, I will allow you a bonus because it is they are prone.
That should be +9, but it's a hit.
It's a regardless. That's a hit. Go ahead and roll for damage.
$12 damage.
And they are dead. Frick. You kind of stick your nails right through them and it goes through them and they are dead. Does anyone want to do anything? Your corpses are lying, 2 in the water, 2 on the side, 2 2 sturge corpses in the water and 1 sturge corpse nailed to the wall.
There's nothing actually like special about the water, I'm assuming.
Besides being incredibly filthy and loaded with mosquito larvae and that, no.
Okay, cool.
But they do consider it holy water. I suppose unholy water would be a better way to put it.
So Akari heard Alpha's question about the poison, right?
Yep.
She's gonna check the robes she's wearing if there's any antidote in them.
Go ahead and roll perception.
While they're busy with that, can Oryn take one of her vials and get some of this water?
Yeah, more than welcome to.
What is the god that they like? The name of the guy?
Gloander.
Loander. I'm assuming this is his doing.
You can assume that. You're welcome to assume that.
Watch me sell this unholy water of Gloander for a lot of money.
I was gonna say. F Bay, Fantasy Bay. Okay, go ahead. Was it Akari?
Roll the 23.
You search the pockets, you don't find anything, but you do notice that the sickle that you're holding does have, I did say there's a finish blue tint, does have a fun, which seems to be from years and years of applying blue winners to it, to the blade. Would anyone else like to do anything? Go ahead and add vial of pond scum water to your inventory. Would anyone else like to do anything?
Akari is going to plant the Desna statue she has.
Mhm.
The
When you've been carrying with you all this time.
yeah, she's gonna plant it into the pond.
Okay, which I should probably have put a disadvantage for you too, but okay. Cool, so Akari's going to walk across and plant it into the water. You do notice that kind of you just plant it in the water and nothing happens except for the stench from the water comes up. Anyone else want to do anything?
Alpha would like to pick up a sword.
Okay, that'll work. Do you keep the robes on? Do you take the robes off? Do you check the bodies?
I think I'm gonna try and stay stealthy. So if I can sort of stick to the shadows,
Okay, there we go.
so that I can use the element of surprise. And then if the others are searching the bodies, I'm not gonna go and search the bodies as well. And we are still dressed as cultists. Is Evara maybe gonna finish dressing, or Alpha gonna desecrate his armor?
You tell me.
At this point, Akari is gonna take off the the suit, the costume,
The rope.
just
Yeah.
discard the robe and the mask into the pond, and say,
Mhm.
well, it's up and anyway. We need to go get Gnorbash. He's probably in the center of that, and then point towards the maze.
Anyone else?
Alpha is gonna, as he like kneels down to pick up the sword, he's gonna take a knee, and then he's gonna say, "This poison, it will take me soon, but hear me, stand your ground, hold the line."
Please make a Constitution save.
So Akari couldn't figure out what could be the antidote, did she?
No. Well, she couldn't find an antidote. She was looking for an antidote. If there was anything in the, but there wasn't. She couldn't find anything.
And if I were to do a nature roll,
Go ahead. You can do a nature roll. Alpha, you fall unconscious, fast asleep. Alpha kind of just, you see Alpha kind of wobbling, and then boom, like a log, he just collapses. Boom, face
oh
first.
dear.
Kind of collapses face first over the corpse. Go ahead. Sorry. Yep.
No. Sorry, you carry on. I was just
No, I'm
thinking
done.
there was a.
I'm done. Do you want to roll again, or are you done? With that
I'll-
knowledge, you kind of, you can't think that there's any known antidote for blue winners aside from just waiting it out. Alpha, please roll me a die 6. You are unconscious for 2 rounds. Or for two turns, I suppose. No, 2 rounds. Rounds is more than turns. 2 rounds. And let me quickly double check that for you. 2 rounds, I'm correct, yes. No, 2 hours. I apologize. You're unconscious for 2 hours.
Which is a whoosh long time for
Yeah.
rounds and turns.
Alpha's gonna
Yeah,
skip
so-
everything.
Alpha's going to take a snooze for the adventure, unless someone wants to try something.
Let me burn a hero point. I'll roll again.
They're going to suck out the blood.
Yeah.
Cowboy style. Go ahead and make and you can make a nature check. You can go ahead.
And that's an advantage because it's
Yeah. Correct. Okay. Alpha, roll a die 8 for me, please.
Okay.
Okay. You please deduct 1 constitution for the next 2 hours.
So 0.
If you're,
I have 0 constitution.
your constitution, your actual constitution amount. So your constitution is like 12, it's now 11.
Oh, I
Not
see.
the bonus. Just, but that might take you into a minus. If you take it off, what is it? Is it still naught or is it -1?
It's at 12 plus 1 constitution.
The constitution.
you can't adjust it on choice.
12.
So if it goes down to 11, it's going to be +0.
Yes.
Yep. So it's going to be 0.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, so you're right. It'll take you down to 0. Okay, so your constitution adjustment now is 0. Just for the next 2 hours. But you are awake. You're just a little bit groggy, but you're awake. What do you want to do next?
Shall we get into the maze?
Thank you, Oryn.
Alpha's gonna get up and he's gonna shake his head and is like, "What in the sorcery?" He's gonna say, "What in the sorcery?" and then look up at everyone and say, "I expect you all to be victorious."
He was sleeping, so he wouldn't have known, Oryn. I'm just saying.
Say, as
According
Yeah,
to
so
Alpha,
would've
he's
been
just
asleep, he
woken
knows
up.
Nothing.
Corey's just going to say, well, Oryn kind of stopped you from passing out. We're still heading into
the real
There.
fight.
and then point at the maze.
And on that note, we will end the session. Before we
Amazing.
one last thing figure, does anyone want to examine the bodies?
Sure, why not? So let's examine the bodies.
The one on the sides or the one in the water?
On the sides, ain't that in the water?
Yeah, Akari will like pull one out from the water, the closest one.
As you pull the hood and the robe off, you notice the body of Shell. And who wants to do another one? Was it just Akari? I mean, just
I'll
Evara.
do one as
You'll do one as well, the one closest to you, on the ground or in the water.
on the ground is fine.
Did
pull
we
off the body,
kill the Harvest Queen?
and as you pull off the robe, there you notice it is the trader. It is Shell's mom.
Ivara's going to examine the one by her, not the one that was in the water, because process of elimination, Daddy would be the blacksmith.
The one that you open now is someone you don't know, but it is a male figure, probably someone who was at the festival, but not anyone you'd recognize.
Yeah, nice, nice.
So, in other words, it was a trap, but you guys were looking for the wrong trap. Shell screaming was the trap.
I think we're still
figured
While
it
trying to save, and while trying to save her is how Gnorbash got taken.
Okay, so we did.
So trying to save her from her, in inverted commas, attackers is how he ended up getting captured so easily.
But we didn't kill Gnorbash, right? We
No.
still have to find him.
Yeah,
I'm
should find
sorry
Gnorbash.
we killed the cultists, not.
Yeah, you did not kill Gnorbash, but you would with the blue winners. And again, him trying to save her is how he got captured so easily. Because she would also have a sickle with blue winners on it on her person once she got inside. And he trying to protect her, she would have stabbed him while he was trying to protect her from the, in inverted commas, the attackers, which were her mom and dad and a family friend.
Who?
If memory serves, we were protecting Gnorbash, right? Or trying to.
Well, Gnorbash went after her to protect her because he heard her screaming. You guys also ran across when you heard her scream.
Well, we were kind of following our teammate.
But we will continue this. We should be able to, again, depending how you guys do, we should be able to finish it next week. What you do notice as well is smoke coming from the middle of the maze, where there was two piles previously. It seems like there's fires lit now. There is smoke coming from there. But now we really end there tonight.
Alpha, before we end, I just want to again apologize that I did not actually follow your suggestion of burning this shit all down to the ground.
Maybe Alpha's bad ideas aren't always bad ideas. Just
Alpha has
saying.
some pretty bad ideas, I'm not gonna lie.
But sometimes they work out. Apparently.
Well, we were joking about the lawfully good character committing crime, but now it looks like your lawfully good moral compass was pretty spot on, the Alpha.
Never leave parties with strange women, in other words.
Hmm.
Words to live by.